Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel, and if you are new here, hi! My name is Natasha and it's fantastic to have you here. For today's video, we are going to be talking about the full moon that is happening currently in Libra, as well as do a general reading on what maybe to focus on or what's going on, the energies, etc. as per usual. So before we get into it, a general reading is just that. Take what resonates, know that there's a message in here for you somewhere. It is of the collective, so all of us. And so before we get into that, we're going to talk a little bit about maybe what you can expect with this moon being in the sign of Libra. So as you can see, Libra is the sign of the scales, and it is a sign all about balance and give and take and harmony. Libra is also a very romantic sign, very airy, very loving, sometimes very hard to make a decision. And we must remember that the full moon usually is at the end of the cycle. So that means there's a conclusion or a climax or like an ending happening for a new phase or a new beginning to start. So this could mean a lot of things are going on in the collective right now. You can be ending a relationship and starting a new one, ending a partnership, friendship, ending relationships in general and starting a new one. You can be ending careers. You could be ending things in a lot of different ways, right? So you can also be completing a goal and now moving on to the next one. So we're looking at things like that too. This is a great time to cleanse. This is a great time to, make sure you have your moon water out if you do that, etc., etc. So let's get into these cards here, which I will link every deck that I'm using down in the description box below if you are interested. So the full moon in Libra here with the Moonology manifestation says find a balance. So this is going to be a time frame where we might be focusing too much on one particular thing and not enough on something else. So if you are in a relationship, you might be focusing too much on yourself and not enough on your partner. It's trying to find a balance. If you are trying to find a new way to balance your routine, this is a good thing to do that as well. That's what I am going to be currently focusing on. You could be in the same boat. But also, it's important to see that right here too, that when we do give and take, there is a win-win outcome. So it's not a bad thing to focus on yourself. It's not a bad thing to pay attention to one aspect and, fine tune it. However, with any relationship, whether it be a relationship, a friendship, a partnership, business, etc., it's good to have that give and take because then it allows both parties to feel seen, to be heard, and to get what they want out of it. Compromises are fantastic. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to read you the manifestation affirmation here from the book. So it says, there is love all around me and I am lovable. There is love all around me. I am lovable. So manifesting balance. So find a balance between your own needs and what you do for others. So exactly, you're not being selfish by focusing on yourself, but it's also great to have that collaboration, that give and take. All right. It says here, remember that we're all co-creating. So getting other people on your side by being understanding is a win-win, which we have here. So let's go ahead and see what the cards have to say now that we know what's kind of going on in the skies. All right. First up, representing us as the collective, what's going on? We have the Page of Cups here. This is the Orion's Animal Tarot. Felt drawn to use that today. All right, next up, the situation, what we might be experiencing. We've got, that's funny, the moon. All right. And last, we have advice on how to move through this. And it is the Six of Pentacles. Okay, really love that. All right. So again, synchronicities. So Page of Cups, this usually talks about, good news coming to you, messages coming your way about, emotional things or love or relationships. Again, we're talking about relationships. However, this is representing us personally. So what we could expect with this is feeling a little bit emotional, a little bit more inner feelings, needing to maybe express or feel the feelings, you know, like the saying is be in our feelings. So we might have to be working through some things. Things might be triggering it. Things might be having that rolling emotion through, you know what I mean? But just listen to your intuition on how you feel, how to work through it. And again, it could just mean that there are new things coming regarding your emotions, regarding your creativity, regarding your intuition. Again, this is a general reading, so take what resonates. Things are being brought from the past to the surface too this month. But emotions are at the forefront here, which is understandable. As well as, you know, maybe we're going to try to get tapping into our creative side a little bit more. Maybe it's time to pick up our favorite hobby that we've been enjoying and we haven't been able to do so in a long time. Regardless, the message of this right here is we're going to be in our feelings. So let's figure out how to move through that. So what's happening right now is this moon card is all around us, and this represents the unknown. This represents the divine feminine, and it also can represent emotions. It represents our intuition, our gut. It also represents the scary things that look different in the dark. So meaning there might be some illusion things going on. Maybe we feel a certain way and we think it's for another reason than it is. So for instance, maybe we feel like we're making a mountain out of a molehill, that kind of experience. But we might be going through some difficulties through this as well. So there might be some situational things that are happening right now that feel difficult to move through. But it could require some self-reflection. It could require us to turn inward, to listen to our gut, and to open up ourselves a little bit more to work through it. And then the advice here too is give and take. So Six of Pentacles is all about support. It's all about having, finding support in different ways. So it could be financial, it could be health as well. So, you know, if you're going through a rough patch, which naturally we all do, it could indicate you asking for support or asking for help, or it could be seeking help. It doesn't always have to be financial, but it's finding that balance between it, right? Between all of it. There's always a give and a take. So we're all about finding balance. This can indicate physical balance as well. So if you're out of your routine, if you're feeling out of sorts, this is coming back to center and finding balance. So again, this could be a lot of different things. And there are a lot more of you now on my channel, which amazing. Thank you. Hi. So again, there could be a lot of things that are going on with this reading that may hit differently for everyone else. But the biggest things that I'm taking away from here, we're going to drop it all down to basics. We are experiencing some emotional things. We're tapping into our intuition. We're tapping into our spirituality, and we're opening ourselves up a lot more. There's a lot of things that we don't know. There might be some difficulties. There might be some things that we're making mountains out of instead of attacking them as the molehills that they are. Remember, the moon can create illusions, all right? And being afraid of moving forward, because again, we have this next phase and we're not sure how to go about it, right? We're not sure how to get there. But we're going to use the advice of give and take and finding balance and asking for support should we need it. Accepting help is not a negative thing to ask or accept help. We all need it at some point or another, right? We're human. All right. So now that we got the basics out of the way, let's tap into what's going on with the Oracle cards. So first up, we've got some Oracle cards from the heavenly bodies. First up, we've got Uranus, so radically change. So there's going to be some changes happening. There's going to be some situations that we're going to have to maybe be working through, like we were talking about with the moon here. And they could be kind of hard to get through, but because they're so radically big and different. Then we've got house 10. So this is all about structure, discipline, life missions, accomplishments, and career. So we could have changes to all of that. We can expect those kinds of changes. So there might be some things within that realm that are radically going to be changing. So look out for that. And then we have square. So again, a challenging situation, a mountain to climb. So it might feel, it's interesting that it says mountain when we're talking about it. It might feel like more of a big deal than it actually is, right? Because again, Things look different in the night with the moonshine. So don't look at this as like, oh my gosh, anxiety, I don't know what's going to happen. Look at this as like, okay, now I'm just going to have to take a different look at it. I'm going to have to change my perception of it and then just take it a little bit at a time. That's all that means. Again, support if you need help climbing your mountain. All right, next we've got the Starcodes Astro. Debilitated, so discomfort. Yeah, okay. So again, yeah, with this moon card, there's going to be some discomfort coming in, moving through this. Again, with any type of change, any type of new phase, there's going to be some discomfort just because it is a natural thing to feel that shift, right? We like to stay where there's comfortability. We like to stay where we know exactly where everything is, how it feels, what it looks like. We as humans really don't like change. So it's going to be a little uncomfortable, but that's okay. It's all right. Change is good. It gets us out of our comfort zone. I remember when we were talking about the Jupiter and Neptune alignment, how growth with Jupiter, it's all about expansion, and it's going to maybe take you out of your comfort zone to create those opportunities for you. So if you are currently trying to manifest an opportunity or something big in your life, there's going to be some discomfort because you're getting taken out of what's comfortable for you, what you know to be normal, and moving through to something bigger and better. Growth, remember growth spurts when you were younger? You were growing, but oof, you had those little aches and pains. So not all change is good, right? But the change that you are trying to manifest, any kind of change, will have some form of discomfort in it. Because again, you don't know what's waiting for you on the other side of that. All right, and your last one here is Saturn. So structure, there might be some changes to your structure, which again is right here. So keep that in mind. So this could be a routine. It could be your place of work, relationships, family dynamics, even yourself. So whatever that looks like to you, what are you trying to manifest and make bigger and change regarding all of this? All right, so things maybe that we are going to be trying to find a balance in or manifest. We've got your spellcasting cards here. So truth, this is a great time to focus on that. What is the truth? Right? Because we have this moon that likes to throw out illusions. So we are going to be focusing on what's true to us, what we know to be true. Empowerment. Ooh, we love that. And look at that full moon in the background. She reminds me of Idina Menzel in a great way. All right. And then we got prosperity. Yes, manifest that prosperity. Let's focus on abundance. And then we have justice. Oh my God, more scales. My Stevie Nicks card. I know she doesn't look exactly like Stevie Nicks, but that's what I see every time I look at her. All right, let's look at some self-care advice. Risk, take a risk. Change is risky, right? We've got take a chance. Every risk is a success when you're committed to learning and growth. What did I say? Oh my gosh, love that. Next, we have optimism. All right. If you're going to make up stories in your head about people and circumstances, please make them love stories with happy endings. Again, this moon, it creates shadows. It creates things that jar our perception. So please understand that not everything might be as what it is when you are in your feelings, when you're going through change, stress, all of that. So make sure you stay a little bit grounded within this time frame, because again, things can look distorted. Then we have friend. Oh, look at that little bird on her shoulder. Whoop. Be as good a friend to yourself as you are to others. Give and take to yourself, right? So focus on some self-care. Full moons are great for some self-care rituals. And your we've got rituals as I was saying that. Last self-care card here, rituals. Cute with the plants, love it. Steady yourself with simple rituals. Do the dishes, fold the laundry, water the plants, make a cup of tea. Let wisdom sneak up on you. Love that. So take some time out for yourself during this full moon. All right, next we have the Hummingbird Oracle. First card we've got, wishing well. Your heart's desires are taking flight joyfully and magically. Love that. So focus on the good things. Remember the law of attraction. Manifest that stuff. Synergy. Work with the energy. Work with each other. Work with your support system. Your heart and your dreams blossom through fulfilling symbiotic partnerships. Again, with the partnership. So give and take, symbiotic, right? Support systems. Okay, so there's a big change heading your direction. And again, having people that you can talk to, that you can trust, that you can rely on to just vent and talk about what's going on. It's fantastic. Irreplaceable. And then we have Honeysuckle Red. Sweet and fiery, your emotions are at the root of the situation. Use the color red to soothe and heal. So again, we have more indication that your emotions are like causing some of the perceptions to change here. So, you know, see if, how do I want to say this? So if you're extra emotional right now, if you're in your feelings, take time out to ground yourself, take time to work through those feelings in order for you to see that it actually is a molehill instead of a mountain. Hopefully that makes sense. Like sometimes when we're in our feelings and we're upset or like we're feeling a certain type of way, it's hard for us to see what the truth really is, right? Where is that card? It's hard for us to see what the truth is because we're blinded. We'll say we're blinded by our tears, right? They get in our eyes and it clouds our judgment, clouds our thinking. So remember to let your emotions out, yes, but keep grounded in it. Right? Don't lead with your emotions. Have a more practical mindset when you're moving forward, but absolutely allow your feelings to be heard. I know that sounds weird, but let your feelings be heard and felt and allow that to have space because that's how you really learn how to move through, you know, because like anger comes from a certain spot, right? Anger, every type of emotion, so anger, sadness, if we don't allow ourselves to feel those things, like I feel like that's the body trying to tell you something. It's trying to indicate something. And if we're not allowing ourselves to feel and really understand what is going on within our bodies or why we're feeling a certain way, it can turn into something different. We can lash out, we can, you know, XYZ it, right? So allow yourself to feel, but don't stay there. Don't set up camp. And then we have flying solo. So your wings are strong. You can rely on and trust your resources to carry you forward successfully. So again, this is all going to be fine. Everything's going to be beautiful and amazing and wonderful once we work past this. Again, sometimes the moon likes to throw a wild card at us and, you know, allow us to kind of have to decode things a little bit, but we're going to be fine. We're going to be successful. We're going to create our own abundance and we are going to move forward successfully. And again, talking about resource, we have this as our advice with support and resources. Okay, so tap into that should you need to. And your last cards, they are, let me get the right word, the Astral Realms Crystal Oracle. Okay, and so we have, so heart chakra, we might be needing to focus on that. Intention, so moss agate. So what are our intentions this full moon? Let's revert back to focusing on our intentions, what we want specifically out of this next phase, what we want to leave behind, what we want to bring forward, and then kind of evaluate those things. Set your intentions for this next phase. And remember, new moons are coming, or the new moon is coming after this, I should say. So all about setting intentions. So focus back on your intentions. Next, we have empathy. So rose quartz and Venus. So again, be compassionate toward yourself, towards others, empathy for yourself and others. So your relationships, whether they are romantic or platonic, empathy, compassion, maybe being a little bit vulnerable right now is not a bad thing, right? And then we have consciousness, lapis lazuli, one of my favorites. So third eye chakra might be something that you focus on right now too, is the third eye with this full moon, tapping into your intuition. Consciousness, we're all creating within a singular consciousness on this planet, right? We are all awakening. We are all using our consciousness to elevate each other, right? And this is also speaking to awareness, being aware of yourself, being aware of what you bring to the table, being aware of how your emotions and reactions affect other people, there with that empathy. So again, give and take, balance. This is all about finding balance. Raising your own consciousness and awareness is going to allow you to have more empathy toward others. And your last card here is transition. Yep, and look at that moon and calcite. So transition, there's change happening, change is afoot. And again, this speaks to the next phase of the moon here. I do want to read a little bit out of this for the consciousness here. So it says consciousness has many layers that all relate to your state of awareness. Haha. So clarity, awareness, and deep knowing. Are you proactively aware of what you feel, observe, and experience? Do you process experiences more subconsciously via dreams? Or are you fully aware and transcending into higher consciousness by accessing your higher self and intuition consciously and subconsciously? In order to access the different levels of your consciousness, you must be able to open and activate your third eye chakra, which is located in your pineal or pineal gland high in the center of your forehead. Your third eye chakra is the bridge between you and wisdom that leads to incredible insight. The higher level of consciousness offers you a dose of deep understanding and knowing that already exists within you. All right, so that is what I see, what I got for us for this full moon. Hopefully it resonates. Know that there is a message in here for you somewhere. There might be some roadblocks up ahead. Things might not be what they seem, so just look out for that. Change is coming, change is happening, and allow yourself to reach out for support should you need it, or be the support for others. If you think that you're good, if you've got it, maybe you can be that person for somebody else. All right. So have a wonderful full moon. I hope this resonated for you. Let me know if you are doing anything amazing. Sometimes we like to be lazy and just, chuck the full moon water out and be done with it. Other times, we'll light a candle or we'll do baths, soaks, or whatever. Let me know if you're doing anything good for this. And if you aren't, that's fine too. No pressure. So anyway, thank you so much for hanging out with me today. Don't forget to check out the link tree in my description box where I have all my social medias, as well as my Etsy shop where I do private readings. And I started a blog, if you aren't aware, so that's on there too. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell on your way out of this video. That way you will never miss an upload from me. Thank you so much, everyone, and I will see you in my next video. Bye-bye.